welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 1850 points, and it is Tau versus Ultramarines in this game, fighting across what was an Imperial strong point here, but a volcano has erupted right in the centre of this Imperial compound. It's been abandoned and it's turned into a chaos wasteland all around here. So rocks, ruined, dead trees here. What's left of the Imperial compound, an abandoned bastion here, statue, Space Marine statue at the gate. But no Imperial forces to be seen, but Ultramarines are in the area, and the Tau will do battle with them here. Right, so welcome to this 1850 points game. It's Tau versus Ultramarines. This is the Tau force that I'm going to be using. It's still the older list, working on a new revamped army at the moment. Slight modification here, but the Tau will do the best they can. I have to fight with the current list here as best as they can against the Ultramarines. So it's quite complicated, the structure here. So the first part is a standard force organisation with 2 troops, 2 units of fire warriors or strike teams, no upgrades for them, and then 1 HQ. It's Nefarial, just choosing that HQ so I can get him into the army there. So small detachment there. And then a Hunter Cadre detachment here, and that's made up of 2 formations. The first one being a Hunter Cadre. So there's a Tau commander here, Commander Pinpoint. He is armed with a cyclic iron blaster and missile pod for him. Target lock upgrade, so you can fire at a separate target from his unit. 1 marker drone with him, drone controller as well, so they can fire at ballistic skill 5. And then he has a control node as well, special upgrade for him. So that's the Tau commander. Then 1 Storm Surge here. That has early warning override, so he's got interceptor on him. Then upgraded him to take a pulse driver cannon. Upgrade for him. Flamer, twin link flamer here underneath as well. Then 1 Ghost Kill with 2 stealth drones. Cyclic Iron Raker for him, then Twin Linked Fusion Blaster upgrade. Then 2 XV-88s, broadsides, just the ones with the high yield missile pods, smart missile systems on top, and then each of those, they're separate units, each of those taking 2 missile drones. Then for troops, you have to take 3 troops, so 2 more units of fire warriors or strike teams, no upgrades for them. Then 1 unit of 10 Kroot, and then fast attack, well not fast attack, we have to take another unit, and that's drones here. I've decided to take 4 of those, they're marker drones. So, then just to mention, a unit of crisis battle suits here, 3 of them. Team leader, this is the adjustment to the original list, a drone for each of them. 2 plasma rifles, not twin link, 2 separate ones. Plasma rifle fusion blaster for the other 2. So then 1 other formation, it's a fire-based support cadre, and in there is a Riptide with Ion Accelerator, Twin Linked Fusion Blaster for him, Early Warning Override for him as well, just for any Deep Strikers coming down. Then 2 XV-88s, Heavy Rail Rifles for them, and Twin Linked Plasma Guns as well, or Plasma Rifles for those, and then 2 Missile Drones for each of them. So it's 1850 points of Tau here. Quite a nice size, quite complicated, and working on new lists at the moment. We're going to need to remember all the extra rules and formations and so on here. Going to need all the help we can get against Ultramarines, which have a mixed record. They can definitely take on armies like the Tau and win, but it'll be a test here. It's been quite a long time. Definitely these 2, or this particular new Tau force here hasn't seen action yet against the Ultramarines, so a real test here for the Tau and Commander Pinpoint.
Right, this is my 1850 points combined arms detachment. The warlord today is the chaplain, and...
Does he have a name? No, he doesn't.
Well, you've got Chaplain Titus for the Imperial Fist. Maybe I'd call him...
Oh, take your time, don't rush. Well, we'll see what comes up, maybe some suggestions we made for a name. Leave him nameless for
Chaplain Scipio.
Are you sure?
Yeah, why not? Cool
Chaplain
name.
Scipio. Nice, okay, continue.
Chaplain Scipio, with his warlord trait, basically anyone within 12 re-rolls failed morale tests, fear and pinning tests. It's not bad. In his unit he has a sergeant with a power maul, bolt pistol. He's a veteran sergeant, paid the extra 10 points for. One of the other Marines is equipped with a plasma pistol, chainsword. The other Marine is equipped with a flamer, and all the rest are equipped with chain swords, bolt pistols and jump packs. I have a unit of Terminators, Sergeant's equipped with a power sword, Cyclone missile launcher, and I paid the extra 5 points for the chain fist for one of the Terminators, and the rest of the Terminators are equipped with Stormbolters and power fists. My next elite choice is an Ironclad Dreadnought. No fragmentation launchers, however I have 2 Hunter Killer missiles, power fist with an inbuilt heavy flamer, a seismic hammer equipped with an inbuilt melter gun. I have another Dreadnought with the assault cannon and a power fist with heavy flamer. And for my heavy support choices I got a Tech Marine with Thunderfire cannon equipped with a flamer and twin-linked plasma pistol, which is a plasma cutter basically. And I have 2 Predator Annihilators just here with the Sponson las cannons and twin-linked las cannon turrets. And over here look to my troops. On Tactical Squad number 6, the Sergeant is equipped with a power maul and bolt pistol. One of the other Marines is equipped with a heavy bolter, and the other Marines equipped with a melter gun. The rest are equipped with bolt guns. These are in combat squads, so you've got a combat squad here, you've got a combat squad there, and dedicated transport is a Rhino for that squad. Over here to Tactical Squad number 5, the Sergeant is equipped with a power maul, the other Marines equipped with a las cannon, and the other Marines equipped with a melter gun, and dedicated transport is a Rhino. And last but not least, the Tactical Squad number 4, the Sergeant's equipped with a Combi Grav gun, and one of the other Marines is equipped with a Grav cannon, Grav amp, and one of the other Marines is equipped with a Grav gun. The rest are equipped with bolt guns, and a dedicated transport is a Rhino. None of these Sergeants are veterans, so that is 1850 points on the dot.
Right, so that's James's list here. So nice variety here. Strong on troops, 3 full squads of tactical Marines inside the transports, and then some nice heavy support options here as well. Ground forces, no air support, so it'll be interesting to see how well he copes with the Tau long-range firepower. Alright, so just a temporary loss of sound here. So just filling in with the audio. It rolled up Crusade as the mission. The Ultramarines at this end of the table, Hammer and Anvil. And then down here is the Tau, just marked by that red line of dice, 24 inches in, there at this end here. And then there's 4 objectives, each worth 3 points each. They're marked by green canisters. Just going to pan over and show you where each of those are. The first one is nicely inside the Ultramarine deployment zone, it's just there. And then one just outside Ultramarine deployment, just there at the foot of the volcano. And then the third objective's just there at the base of the bunker. And then across here, just at the foot of the statue, there's the other green canister. It's just there. So they're worth 3 points each. But we'll go on to the deployment now, see James's force set up. Alright, so James on his deployment at the moment, just talking about the terrain here. Bunker is worth a 3+, 5+ here for this other broken ground. Terrain features like this. 6s for the perimeter fence that runs around along here. Then for the volcano and the lavaed area, so where the lava is strong, around here and around here, just to make it interesting, I'm going to play it as dangerous terrain. So units can move through, but there's a danger that vehicles can get stuck. Infantry can be killed by the smouldering lava eruptions taking place. There's a real destabilisation in the centre here, just to make the game interesting. One objective though right here, so units will have to venture into this area if they want to go after these objectives. One here as well, just at the very edge of the volcano also. We'll let James continue on with his deployment here, trying to choose the best angles of fire here, and then keeping the objectives in mind as well. Alright, so deployment for the Ultramarines here. Thunderfire cannon at the back, and then here Predator anchoring the left. Tactical squad here with the heavy bolter. The Dreadnoughts here, the regular Dreadnought here at the back. Tactical squad in front with the Grav cannon. And then the Ironclad Dreadnought just here sitting on the objective. Then just over the other side, the tactical squad with the las cannon just there, and then another Predator Annihilator anchoring James's right-hand flank. We'll just come back to the tower in a moment. We'll come over to James's reserves. So I take it you're deep striking with the Assault Marines, and then deep striking with the Terminators as well. So 2 deep striking options there for James. And there's the tactical squads there. Have you split them down into?
They are combat squads.
They're all combat squads as well, so 6 options there. Alright then, deployment for the towers, still clustering around the bunker here, using the advantage of that cover. It is night fighting, by the way, the battle will start at dawn here. So, Fire Warriors, a team manning the very top of the bunker, another unit just here, they're teams from the Hunter Cadre. Then the objectives secured, Standard Force Organisation, Fire Warriors are here, if aerials join them, another unit just in the gap there. Riptide anchoring at the back. Then 2 XV-88s with heavy rail rifles there, one with the high yield missile pods on the left hand side, a Kroot just there at the foot of the bunker. Then Storm Surge here, just obscured, trying to use the cover. Commander Pinpoint's joined the marker drones. There's now 5 marker drones under his control, and then another XV-88 there with the high yield missile pods on the right hand side. So a fair amount of tower firepower available here right from the start, but Ultramarines have firepower available as well, so it'll be an interesting long-range clash to start off with. Then for the tower, they do have some reserves. Deep striking here with this crisis team, and then the Ghost Kill will deep strike as well. So that's deployment done for both sides. We'll roll up to see if the tower sees the initiative. We'll roll one of James's dice just to insult him. Get a 4, so we fail. Alright, so we'll go on to the first turn of the game. Ultramarines are going to make a start here, so manoeuvring from them and shooting as we go on to the first turn of the game. Let battle commence. Right, so Predator has pivoted.
Yeah, it's pivoted.
Didn't move. I didn't think it had moved. Okay, Thunder Fire Cannon range stationary. So James playing a bit like Orcs now. Because Orcs surge ahead with their transports here and then hold back with some fire support units. So James being influenced by the Orcs there, perhaps. But holding that, again, with this one as well, the Predator over the other side, just pivoting. Holding position with the tactical squad. This one?
Yeah, that's holding position.
Holding positions. James can fire his laser cannon normal ballistic skill. This one advancing, passing dangerous terrain here with all of these vehicles. Pop smoke there. Pop smoked here. And then the Dreadnought's moving up in support as well. It's quite a symmetrical advance here from James. But no dangerous terrain checks failed here so far. So the advance has been steady. It's been good, no damage taken. We're going to go on to shooting phase next. There's no psychic phase, no psychers for the Tau. James doesn't have a librarian this time around. So we'll go on to shooting phase next for the Ultramarines on turn 1. Alright, so shooting phase done. James firing the Thunderfire cannon here. He's going after the drones. It was a wise choice, but it's scattered back, out of line of sight. Land on top of the Riptide. James causing 3 wounds, but passing our 2 up saves. A wound did come through. That was fire from the tactical squad. No. Laser cannon? Predator. Right, Predator coming through here, causing a wound, failing a cover save, and then failing a... well, no, that's it. Just a cover save we get. There's no feel, no pain with him. James firing the Storm Surge, passing our cover save easily there. 3+ to the bunker, 2+, with night fighting in place just there. So no damage done on the Storm Surge. That is it. So... the only damage done to the tower is just 1 wound on the Riptide. There's no assaults, no combats. James has done a run move here with this Dreadnought, and then he has done a 1-inch run move with that Dreadnought there. And again, no ones rolled for immobilised across the difficult terrain, or dangerous terrain. So turn 1 finished for the Ultramarines. They've made their initial move. They're going for a drive up the centre here, blindsiding the tower to some degree, the big bastions in the way, and then supporting fire on both flanks and the Thunderfire cannon as well. And then we're just waiting for James's reserves to arrive. Tau now about to strike back. It's their turn coming up next. Alright, so movement here for the Tau, just reacting to the Ultramarine advance. Very bold, very brash here from the Ultramarines. Tau responding. Fire Warriors moving 6 here, rolling up through the bunker. They're now manning the wall just there. Crew moving 6, some of them making it to the top level, some on the second, some on the bottom. Fire Warriors holding at the top of the bunker. Commander Pinpoint moving out 6 inches this direction to lay down some marker light shots over here. Then holding position here with this XV-88. Storm Surge going 12 inches, shifting across to the right just to open up a field of fire. Fire Warriors moving up next to Commander Pinpoint, remaining stationary with these Fire Warriors here, and then remaining stationary with these XV-88s. But the drones moving on these 2 XV-88s here just to get within range of the Predator over there in the distance, and then Riptide just shifting across a few inches to his left. So movement done for the Tau here, just reacting, repositioning themselves, getting ready to open up with some firepower here against the Ultramarines. Alright, so Tau shooting phase here has been resolved. Saying that James has come off quite lightly here. It could have been a lot worse. Smoking Rhino, that was destroyed by firepower from this XV-88 and then also some of the weapon systems here on the Storm Surge. Pulse Driver Cannon then fired at the Dreadnought once the Rhino was destroyed, killing a couple of Marines that had scrambled out here, but James passing a cover save with that, so it's still intact. Combat Squad, so Combat Squad disembarked here. They passed a dangerous terrain, but they lost 2 from the Pulse Driver Cannon. Then down here there was another Combat Squad that disembarked. They were wiped out by combined firepower from the Fire Warriors here, the ones on top, and then also the Crute as well, firing through. Combining their firepower, getting +1 ballistic skill with the formation special rule. Commander Pinpoint did do a run move to move out. He used his marker drones to light up the Rhino here, scrubbing cover and pushing out the ballistic skill on the XV-88 here, and then he's tucked 5 inches back into cover again. So he's popped out and popped in again. Then round here, the Riptide and the 2 XV-88s in his formation, they combined firepower together, directing it at the Predator here. James come off quite lightly, just 1 glancing hit caused a number of penetrating hits, but James passing some crucial cover saves there. This one here, XV-88 fired at this Rhino, and a penetrating hit, Stormbolter destroyed and hull point taken just there. Riptide, once it fired, tucked back in behind the cover there. So Tau fire power has been not too bad. Rhino destroyed there, starting to pick away at the Ultramarines, but it could have been a whole lot worse for them. So first turn finished for the Tau, both sides striking at each other from range. We'll see what James decides to do, whether to continue his advance or not. It maybe just has to advance. We'll see what he decides to do. He will have, if he rolls up for reserves here, we'll ask him to roll. Roll up to see what turns up here as we head on to turn 2. So he's got Terminators.
Terminators.
On a 3+.
They're on.
They do.
The Chaplain and the Assault Marines.
Yeah, Chaplains join the Assault Marines. They are on as well. So things are going to get mixed up here. Ultramarine reserves are about to arrive. It's going to go on to the second turn now for the Ultramarines. Right, so movement phase here for the Ultramarines on their second turn. So Thunderfire Cannon holding position here with the Predator. Dreadnought passing dangerous terrain and moving through, or difficult terrain, moving through here 6 inches. Then the combat squad here pressing on the advance, James crying out for the Emperor as they move. Poor deluded souls that they are. Then across here, James moving across with this Rhino pivoting, the combat squad inside. Oh, no, there's 2 combat squads inside, isn't there, still?
In there?
That one, yes. Dreadnought moving 3 inches around, passing dangerous terrain for him. Then, just looking to see where the Deep Strikers have arrived, James wanted to land the Assault Marines just here. They scattered 11 inches into the bunker and mishapped. James rolled a 6. They've gone back into ongoing reserves. Terminators wanted to land around here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually where the Assault Marines were going to go.
Oh, right. So, and then they scattered back to there. And then it's a good move from James, just lining up here. The Storm Surge can't see because we do have Interceptor. So we're going to forego that shooting. Riptide possibly could see. We're going to leave that as well. We're not going to intercept. We're going to try and line up some better shooting on Tau shooting phase. We'll not intercept him. But that rule, the early warning override system, has kept James's Deep Strikers away from the heart of the Tau deployment zone. So that's not too bad. Holding here with this tactical squad, the las cannon on top, and then Predator holding position as well. So a mixture here, advancing units, steady advance from James, and then supporting units trying to cover him as he moves in. Just remember the objectives then are here at the foot of the volcano, not being held by anybody at the moment. And then there's this one, which the Kroot are holding. Then there's another one just here. It probably explains why James has kept this tactical squad back. And then the Tau holding this objective just here. But both sides not really paying much attention to the objectives at the moment, more interested in trying to kill each other at this early stage. So we'll go on to the second turn shooting now for the Ultramarines. James wants to deal out some damage to try and reduce the firepower capability of this Tau force. So shooting phase coming up next for the Ultramarines on turn 2. Alright, so shooting phase on turn 2. Pretty good from the Ultramarines actually. Thunderfire Cannon firing across. Barrage shots coming down. James getting some direct hits here, killing 4 out of 6 Fire Warriors. 2 of the marker drones killed as well. Could have been a lot worse. We passed one 4-up save after another, and then a couple of feel no pains as well, granted by the Ethereal's special rule last turn. So morale passed with both, pinning passed with both, but a real bane here in this game, as in other games with that Thunderfire Cannon way at the back here for the Ultramarines. So a handy unit to have. James is very glad to have that in his force. Yeah, this unit here shot through the Fire Warriors, cover saves passed, and then the Dreadnought firing through with its assault cannon. That's right, yeah, and fired here at the drones, the XV-88. We passed, failed our cover saves, but passed 2 6+, feel no pains. James's shots are strength 6, us toughness 4, so that negated the damage on them. Yeah, then here, the Grav Cannon shot and got 2 wounds, failing cover and feel no pain on the Storm Surger. 2 wounds knocked up there. Then the Predator across here, firing, causing more wounds as well, just failing 1 cover save and 1 feel no pain after another. Las Cannon over here, Sponsor Las Cannon and Las Cannon turret as well on the Predator firing across. A total of 5 wounds here on the Storm Surge. It's over half dead. It's pretty devastating damage there this turn. Also, 2 hunter killer missiles fired from this, contributing to the damage done on the Storm Surge. So we reckon Crute killed as well. Frag rounds coming in from the Cyclone missile launcher and Storm Bolter rounds coming in there against the Crute. A good number of those being brought down. There's 4 of them left, so James actually killed 6 of those. So Tau being killed here, wounded and damaged. Crute being killed, damage coming in from all different angles. So Ultramarines really are holding their own here against the Tau. Tau with, on paper, meant to have superior firepower, but Ultramarines teaching the Tau how to shoot here in this game so far. So pretty good. Game's nowhere near over yet, though. We're going to go on to the second turn for the Tau. They do have reserves available. As to if they turn up, we'll have to see. And then we'll see what the Tau gun line does now in response to the bold advance of the Ultramarines. Tau turn 2 coming up next. Right, so movement for the Tau on turn 2. Some events have taken place here. Deep striking here with the Crisis team. They've turned up, landed exactly where I wanted them to. Going to try and bring about a bit of sweet revenge here against the Thunderfire cannon. Then across the other side, the Ghost Skills turned up exactly where we wanted that to ambush the Predator from behind as well. So Tau beginning, hopefully will begin a rot here at the back of the Ultramarine army. Then across here, just trying to angle the different units to take on the various Ultramarine targets. James is sort of in the middle, stuck in the middle now, between 2 forces of Tau here. So it's going to be interesting. Sort of like a Tau sandwich with an Ultramarine filling. And slightly warmed with the volcano erupting there. Fire Warriors holding position. These I did want to move down but didn't roll high enough for them. Crute holding position there. Some Fire Warriors beginning to filter through on the lower levels, anticipating the destruction of this Rhino, and then going to try and take out the combat squads that get out. Commander Pinpoint moving out this way to lay down some marker light shots in this direction. XV-88 holding. Anchors down here with the Storm Surge. And then round here, the XV-88's holding position, shifting round here with the Riptide, and that is about it. So it's all down to shooting now for the Tau. They need to have a good round. Ultramarines have done better so far, but there's a chance here for the Tau, especially with these deep strike units coming down, to try and take advantage in this battle. Alright, so we'll start here. Hopefully do well. Cyclic Iron Raker into the rear of James's Predator. 4s to hit. Can't complain. Cannot complain. Strength 7. Oh no, don't do this here. Look, 2 1s, a 2 and a 4. A penetrating hit, and it is a 5. So that is a...
Weapon destroyed.
Weapon destroyed. Okay, so weapon destroyed. One of the laser cannons will be gone. A chance here for the Twin Link Fusion Blaster. Or roll both dice, Twin Linked. Missed. Oh, come on. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Right, so we'll leave the result there. He has failed in his task at taking out the Predator. Right, so James was removing one of the laser cannons there. That's that one gone. But failing in his task there, not a good start. We'll see what the Crisis team can do here, trying to take out the Thunderfire cannon and Tech Marine. Alright, so we'll fire the plasma rifles first of all. 8 shots in total, all in rapid fire range. So 4s to hit with them. 5s to cause wounds double. 5, that'll be enough to take out this, so that is gone. No. We fired those first for a reason. Fusion blasters here at strength 8, AP 1, double 6. And goodbye, Tech Marine. Oh, yes, he's gone. So mission accomplished here. That's why I clustered them in a bigger unit, just so they can take out the target when they land. So it has been a bit of revenge there against the Tech Marine. So target destroyed here. The Crisis team has accomplished their mission. We'll press on with the rest of the shooting now for the Tau on their second turn. Right, so the rest of the Tau shooting here. We've seen the damage being done. The wipeout here of the Tech Marine, the Thunderfire cannon. The damage over there caused by the Ghost kill. Then other shooting's taken place here, not too bad. Rhino destroyed here, that was firepower from the Storm Surge, linking up with the Commander, and also this XV-88 here. Splitting fire with him, Pulse Driver Cannon firing down. We released all of the Strength 8 rockets as well, 4 of those have been used up, but Pulse Driver Cannon punched through the armour and detonated the Predator there, so taking that threat out there for the Tau. Then Fire Warriors here, and on top, and the Kroot combining fire to get +1 ballistic skill. Almost wiping out the combat squad just here. James has 1 Marine left. The other combat squad's tucked behind the Rhino that has the grav cannon inside. And then across here, we decided with the fire-based support cadre, that's the Riptide here and these 2, we combined firepower and hit the Terminators, reducing them down to just 1. Passing morale? Oh, yeah. Needs to do a morale check with him. James rolling a 3, so he's fine. So no other shooting here against the Predator. It has survived. It's got 1 hull point left, and one of the laser cannons taken away. But still, he'll be able to pivot and turn or shoot at whatever target James chooses. So Tau responding here as best as they can. They have taken a fair amount of damage. Both sides really quite even, but I think that's nudged the Tau ahead here in this exchange of firepower, but really got to hand it to the Ultramarines. They've stood up quite well to the Tau, or very well against the Tau here, dished out a fair amount of damage, but they have received damage in return. Do they still have enough to push on with their assault? As more and more units are blown away, more focus is going to be put on these objectives. Tau holding 1 here. This one quite safe at the moment for the Ultramarines. This one at the back, Ultramarines have, but there's Tau now present in the area, and then Tau holding this one quite comfortably. So we'll go on to the 3rd turn now for the Ultramarines. This is their chance to try and get some revenge against the Tau, try and keep themselves in the game. We'll see what happens. 3rd turn coming up for the Ultramarines next. Right, so on to the 3rd turn now for the Ultramarines. Both armies locking horns here really well. It's a great game, this one. Really enjoying it. Action at all the ends of the table. We're seeing a drive, a push here from the Ultramarines, attacking as best as they can. Mechanised attack supported by Dreadnoughts. It's made pretty good progress so far, but it is being hampered now. The Rhinos being destroyed. Combat squads being slowed down. Then The long-range fire support now is being eaten away by the Tau. Seen the destruction of the Thunder Fire Cannon here. Predator now taken out. So it's making the game more difficult for James. He's thinking heavily about what to do. Actually, at the moment, he's wondering what to do with his Assault Marines. They have turned up, yes. And he's going to try. He's going to try and land, I think, quite close to the tower. There's a number of other 40k players watching this. They're trying to give him some advice as to what to do. Just to mention, some jetpack moves were done. 4 inches shifted with those, and then shifted back 6 inches there with the Ghost Kill. The Commander Pinpoint, who's still alive, usually finds himself in trouble in games, but he's still alive here, just hiding behind the bunker. He's shifted across 5 inches. 4 inches shifted here with the Riptide. So we'll see what James decides to do here. He's asking advice from different people what to do. It's a difficult one. We'll see what he does. Okay, so you see that dice? That's where James wants to land, but let the dice decide here. So we'll let James roll up. We'll scatter a bit, sort of onto the volcano a little bit, but not too bad. Yeah.
That's why I put it there.
4 inches, all right. So it's going to be awkward to place the models there, but that's fine. James can land there, no problem at all. So reinforcements have arrived in the form of the Assault Marines with the Chaplain Scipio. Right, so movement here for the Ultramarines. James reacting to the different Tau units on the table as best as he can. Combat squad breaking out here, heading off towards the Tau crisis team. James is going to try and take on the Ghost Kill here, the weird technology that it is. Combat squad disembarking. Predator pivoting around as James tries to take that on. Combat squad here with the Grav Cannon, Grav Gun, and Combi Grav. Is it the Sergeant got a Combi Grav? Sergeant got a Combi Grav there. Nice. Okay, James has modelled it onto the Sergeant there. So they've moved passing dangerous terrain.
Yep.
Okay, moving through the lava, tiptoeing as carefully as they can. Dreadnought passing his dangerous terrain and moving forwards. So it's funny now how Marines have got a split now. Some moving back and facing this way to deal with Tau threats along the back line, others continuing to press on this way. So Ultramarines caught between two places here. James has placed as best as he can the Assault Marines there, passing dangerous terrain with most of them. The Flamer, the Assault Marine with the Flamer, crying burn Tau as he landed, then screamed, "I'm burning," on top of the volcano. So he died, failing dangerous terrain, and then an armor save. Moving here with the Power Maul, Combat Squad, Melter Gun, moving forwards, popping smoke here with the Dreadnought as well. Yeah, just forgot to place his Chaplain there. Army Commander's now in with that unit on the table. Chaplain Scipio. And that is it. Yes, the Terminator over here has advancing towards the Tau line. So movement done for the Ultramarines. We're going to shooting phase next for them. An important turn here. If they can deal out a good amount of damage to the Tau, that could see them back in control. It's backwards and forwards here in this game. It's making for an exciting battle between these two forces. And as each casualty is added, the hatred between the two forces grows as well. They really have it in for each other, these two armies. No combats. So we had any combats yet at all?
Not yet, about to.
No, about to. Well, hopefully. Bit of supporting fire may come in helpful there for the Tau as James tries to charge. But not a single round of combat yet. It's all been shooting. And it just shows how the Ultramarines have given a good account of themselves. They've in a shooting match, they've stood up to the Tau and are pretty much even at this stage. So on to Ultramarine shooting now on turn 3. Right, so shooting phase to the Ultramarines here, pretty good. Combat squad firing through here, and also Grav Gun and Grav Cannon firing through, taking out a number, or virtually all of the crisis team here, taking out the drones first and then hitting through to the crisis team members here. Supporting fire coming in from the Predator as well. James electing to fire through here also. So passing morale with them, but just the team leader left. Ghost Kills lost a drone. That was fire from this squad. We did make James snap shoot with them. There was a melter in the squad. It's just a drone lost. But pretty good so far. We'll continue on with the shooting. James has done this. He's run here 2 inches with the Dreadnought. the Terminator turned and fired this direction. That contributed to the damage done on the Crisis team just there. He's just thinking about what to do with these units here. He's got Dreadnoughts still to fire, Combat Squad down here, and then this unit, whether to run with those, shoot with them. Decisions to make there as well. So Combat Squad firing here. James killing one of the Tau Fire Warriors just there. He's just running now with the Assault Marines. Dangerous terrain to do for them. He's going to do it in a minute. He might lose a few, perhaps. Then this Dreadnought did fire some AP4 shots, taking out the drones here on this XV-88, and then failing a cover save, a rending hit caused here on the actual model. Ethereal's with that unit piece not damaged. Past morale with them, so they're not going to run. And that is pretty much it. So assaults, for the first time in the game, James does have one lined up. He desperately wants to get this Combat Squad into contact with his Tau Fire Warrior unit. We'll first of all roll up some Overwatch and then some supporting fire ranges to check here as well. Alright, so charge failed there. James rolling a 3. He was going into terrain as well, and the melter gun in the front was killed. That was supporting fire coming down from this squad on top, took him out. So that marks the end of the turn. An assault was attempted and then failed here. We're now going to go on to the Tau third turn. Chance for them to strike back. James has done very well here at trying to eliminate the Tau from the back line, but Tau still strong for sure at this end. We'll see what kind of firepower they can orchestrate this time around. Remember, anchors are down here with the Storm Surge. James is strong here in the centre. We'll see what kind of firepower can be unleashed against them here. Tau will need to do something about those Assault Marines. James will have nice quick movement with them. Could cause a lot of trouble. We'll go on to the Tau third turn next. Right, so movement for the Tau here on their third turn. There's still a fair amount of targets to try and take out here, so try and line themselves up as best as they can. Just cover up across here the Crisis Battlesuit moving in. We had a fire and then possibly charge. Same for the Ghost Kill as well. Him moving in, monstrous creature, so he fancies his chances there in combat against that Combat Squad over there. And around here, difficult one. This one's getting close. This Dreadnought, Ironclad Dreadnought here. Difficult one, Armour 13's Pop Smoke. Bit of a test here for the Tau because we do have to try and deal with the Assault Squad here in the centre also. Then just forgot to move those Tau Fire Warriors moving down. The Ethereal has declared Ripple Fire here this turn, so number of Fire Warrior units getting ready to lay down a nice lot of shots against James's Assault Squad there. Commander Pinpoint moving around. He's surviving not too bad. He has been picked on by the Thunderfire Cannon, but moving around here to mark a light up. Not totally sure on what target. Probably the Assault Marines just to help the Fire Warriors there with their shooting. Then round here, holding position here with these XV-88s, and then just shifting to the right here with the Riptide. The thing is here now with these is that James's Predator is facing that way, so I will be able to get side and rear armour shots against that. So we'll go on to shooting phase now for the Tau on their third turn. Right, so shooting phase here, going to try and mark light up the Dreadnought. We do get 3 marker light hits there with drone controller, so we will combine some shooting here from this and then the Commander as well. Strength 7, probably not worth him firing, actually needing 6s to glance. We'll figure out what we're going to fire, probably the Pulse Driver Cannon down to try and take out this thing. Right, so results from shooting here. The first round, anchors are down. First round of shooting, so this Pulse Driver Cannon fired in is scattered and missed, even with our increased ballistic skill from the marker light hits. Shots from the Commander Pinpoint, needing 6s to glance, plenty of hits, but no glances coming through, ignoring cover. And ignoring cover again with a overcharge hit. We tried to overcharge, took a wound. Overcharge shot coming through, hitting but failing to penetrate. It's James's tough Armour 13 causing the trouble here. So the Ironclad's still on the move. Still some options. We've still got a second round of shooting to do with this thing. Possibly this one trying to get glances, but our options are being cut down. It's absorbing a lot of shots, this thing here. We'll do the rest of the Tau shooting here on their third turn. Just coming here, going to take a break from the other end. It's not going too well. 4 shots here, rapid fire with the plasma rifles. Just the 2 hits at BS 3. 1 wounds, 1 Marine taken down. That's not even a morale check just there. Then firing down at that squad. So we want to go for Twin Link Fusion Blaster. That hits and that does wounds, so Marine gone. Cyclic Iron Raker. 4s to hit. BS3 is not very good. 2 wounds of regular power armor saves here. 3+. James Fowles 2. Sergeant, he'll need to do a feel no pain here to keep the Sergeant alive if he wants to, which I think he does.
4+. Yep.
He does, alright, so regular Marine. There. Morale check for those. So a couple of Marines being brought down here. I'll let James roll up from morale, no one else is going to shoot. Then we don't think. 9 is a fail. I'll let James resolve that. Alright, so James just falling them back. We may still charge them there in combat with the ghost kill. So press on to the rest of the shooting here. Alright, so shooting phase here. James trying to see the funny side of things at the moment. Talbot shooting. So a load of sort of ripple fire, storm of fire shots coming through. Triple shots here with these fire warriors. Here, Kroot firing through as well, has decimated the Assault Marines. Chaplain Scipio taking a wound. Sergeant's still alive here with the Maul. There's also a Marine just there, but the rest are gone. Fearless, they're not going to run. Hull point taken here. That was a glance from here. No, it was a penetrating hit, actually, a pulse driver cannon. Rolling a 1, becoming a 3, but then James negates that with his extra armor, so just a hull point taken. That thing's still alive, still mobile. So that's the second round of shooting resolved with that. Then this XV-88 fired through, killed the lone sergeant there with the power maul. He's gone. This fired through earlier, trying to take out the Dreadnought just over there and failed. Then across here, just firing at different targets this time. This XV-88 firing across a drone took out a penetrating hit there, took out the last hull point on the Predator. This one with the Ethereal fired through and killed the Terminator, and this one fired through. James failing a cover save, penetrating hit, and the 6 rolled and immobilized and stuck there. James saying he's going to spin the gun around. I don't know if he's allowed to do that, but facing he's not allowed. Okay, but he did want to fire back in a bit of revenge in that direction, but no, but he'll have to fire facing forwards at a 45-degree angle. So that's shooting done for the tower. That's put them ahead. Just the weight of firepower just withering the Ultramarines away here. It hasn't helped. The Ultramarines being stuck in the middle, tower pressing them from both sides. Now we're going to go into combat, and actually the tower have some charges to make down here. The Ghost Kill is pretty good at shooting. It is a monstrous creature as well, so we're going to roll up a charge for that. I think we're going to charge him with the Crisis team member over there as well. So we're going to roll up some assaults next for the tower on the 3rd turn. Charges taking place here. No damage done on Overwatch. We've got 2 combats to resolve over here. Right, yeah, so we'll do the Ghost Kill combat here. Drone, we'll just roll up that one. Does get his hit. Doesn't wound. We'll let James fight now in his combat. Yeah, drone, another attack because we charged. Fouls. Hammer of Wrath here we should have done from the monstrous creature. Does get a wound. Yeah, strength 6. Oh no, James knocked over and stamped on by the Ghost Kill there. So just the lone sergeant looking up at this towering, strange technological monstrosity. So he does have a maul though, so he's going to try and take on. Well, he's in base contact with both, so he may deflect the hits onto the big boy instead of the small drone. So freeze to hit here for James. Oh, just the 1 hit. Almost dropped his maul again, as in a previous game. He rolled a 1 to wound. It's definitely dropped his maul. So fighting back here with the Ghost Kill. Forced to hit here. 4 attacks on the charge. Oh, don't. 1, 2, 3 threes and a 1. Attack Squig. Oh no, that's Orcs. Blast. No, failed. So failed to hit there. So melee is lost still. You lost. Yeah, okay, so we'll let James roll up morale to see if he runs again. Or tactical withdrawal. No, he holds this time. Alright, so that's that combat resolved. We'll go on to this one here now. The lone Crisis team member against the 4 tactical Marines. Let James go first here. Needing 4s. They're fighting well. 5s to will, 4s to wound. That's 2 wounds. Now we need to pass our 3 up saves. We do. We actually get 4 attacks on the charge here. Getting 3 hits. Nice. 3s to wound. 2 wounds. Can't complain. Let James roll up some power armor saves. He passes both. So lockdown here. Another melee that will continue on into James's 4th turn. So units been locked down in melee here at the end of the board here for the Ultramarines. Then James has the remnants here. Scipio's still alive, although wounded, and a couple of Assault Marines left with him. The Ironclad Dreadnought ready to move off and attack something, and then just a combat squad and an immobilised and gradually sinking Dreadnought there sitting on top of the lava. That's it. So it looks like the Ultramarines are losing their grip on this game. James will continue fighting on here, chanting here, zealous slogans here about the Emperor, but there are less and less voices on this board praising the Emperor's name. They're gradually being silenced here by the weight and superiority of Tau firepower. Right, so movement here for the Ultramarines on their 4th turn. James realising that he's losing his grip on the game. He's going to try and go after objectives here, try and secure as many of them as he can if he's going to stand any chance of victory. Melees continue here. Tau units and tactical marines locked down in combat. Rhinos moved across to secure this objective. This combat squad moving around to move on to this one here. There's a lone marine here moving through. James passing all of his dangerous terrain. Remember, the dreadnoughts still alive but mobilised, so James can fire forwards with that. And then the assault marines moving in. The sergeant and the regular marine. Where is Scipio?
He's melted.
He melted. He died in the lava there. James rolling a 1 and then rolling a 2. So he died in his last wound. So he has gone. Scipio met his end. He couldn't. His name is Scipio, but he couldn't skip over the lava on this occasion. He's sunk into the depths and been burnt to a crisp. Moving across here, smoke's cleared. Out of the smoke, coming towards the Tau crisis, the Tau broadside, is the ironclad Dreadnought there, looking to charge in and cut that unit up. So that is movement done for the Ultramarines. Still some options, but some deadly damage coming through here on the Ultramarines here. James struggling on as best as he can. We'll go on to shooting phase next for the Ultramarines on their 4th turn. Right, so shooting phase here. Crack grenade being thrown, no damage. Pistols, did you fire?
Yeah, missed.
Missed. Heavy flamer firing through here. James, horrendous dice rolls. James using his grey Imperial Guard dice, and so he's been rolling very badly the last few turns. Firing through here with a heavy flamer, took out one of the drones, passed morale with that unit. Then James running here, the grav gun, Space Marine killed in the lava just there, and then the assault cannon firing through, taking out one of the drones, but then we rolled up cover and passed on a 5+. So that's shooting phase done. Not too much at all really there from the Ultramarines. We'll go on to their assaults next. James has the assault marines here, and then he has this marine might want to charge, the ironclad dreadnought, and then we've got the continuing melees just over there. So we'll roll up some charges and overwatch, and then some supporting fire as well as James charges into a hail of pulse rifle fire. So charges here, it's gone pretty well for James. He'd lost one of the assault marines, but the sergeants made it in to that fire squad down there. Then across here, James has made it into combat there with the ironclad, and then this marine here has made it into contact with the Crute. So we get these combats resolved now for the Ultramarines on their 4th turn. Alright, so combat's resolved here. James consolidating 5 inches after destroying the broadside there. It was a pretty foregone conclusion, that one. James making short work of that. Melee continues here against the Crute. No damage done on either side. And then James killing 3 of the fire warriors. They busted morale, and then James wiped them out. He's consolidated just upstairs. It's just tucked in there with the lone assault marine. Then down here, the ghost kill finished off the marine just there, consolidating 5 inches. And then down here, we killed a marine. James wounded us. That's a drawn combat. So combat's finished on turn 4 for the Ultramarines. What's left of them here? James still got a number of small units that Tau need to deal with before James can position himself onto these objectives. So Tau have the upper hand. They need to press on here and try and push home for victory. We'll see if they can do that. We'll go on to their 4th turn next. Alright, so movement for the Tau here. Ghost Kill pushing on to take on the Rhino. Melee continues just there between the Crisis team leader and the combat squad. Then across here, Fire Warriors climbing down and behind the Ironclad Dreadnought to try and hit it in the rear. Moving 12 here with the Storm Surge. And then here, Fire Warriors following on. Actually, the ones were up here have moved down to try and take out the lone Assault Marine. Melee continues there against the Crute. Commander Pinpoint moving through. The Riptide moving through as well, just converging, trying to take out this tough target here. And then the objective secured. Fire Warriors, the one squad that's left, the 2 of them are just in the gap, just there in the bunker, holding ground with these 3 XV-88s to lay down firepower, whatever they can see. So that's movement done for the Tau on their 4th turn. We're going to shooting phase for them next.
Dangerous terrain tests.
Right, so dangerous terrain tests here. James busted morale here. He's taken some casualties. Someone's died. James, the grav gun. James rolled a 1, followed by a 1. So another one sinks into the lava here. That's all right. So grav guns disappeared, screaming to his comrades. They've had to leave him behind as they've fallen back just there. That was casualties coming in from various Tau units. Some damage being caused by one of the XV-88s firing through. So the Sergeant for the Assault Marines was killed. Fire Warriors firing through. Rear armor shot there. 10 shots coming through in total. A bit of marker light help increasing them to ballistic skill 5. 2 penetrating hits, 1 glance. The rear armour of the Ironclad has killed that. We did a run move here with this Riptide, no target for him. Then we fired the pulse driver cannon, missed wildly down here against the Dreadnoughts. That's not been touched this turn, and that is about it, but not much left of the Ultramarines now. A couple of combats to resolve. Ghost Kill can't charge, it destroyed the Rhino. Just there. So combat here, and then ongoing combat down here as well. So we'll get those 2 results. Okay, so melee's here. 1 Crute killed, no damage done in return. We held morale. Then over here, no damage done on either side. Melee continues, but James has said he's happy to concede it. Doesn't want to be wiped out entirely. Ultramarines have been decimated here, and really looking at the Tau have taken damage, but still the bulk of their force, the main units, are still alive. They do have quite a presence here on the table. So we've seen Ultramarines clash with Tau, and the Tau have prevailed here. We'll get an exact score now. So first blood was picked up by the Tau. That's a point. Chaplain Scipio was killed, another point. Line Breaker is scored here, another point. And then we're holding this objective here, and then also this objective here. So that's 9 points to the Tau. Ultramarines do pick up points for this objective. James's objective secured. The Crute aren't. They're part of the Hunter Cadre, so they don't get objectives secured. So 3 points is scored by that lone tactical Marine. So 9-3 the final score. It's pretty realistic, really, reflecting how the game has gone. It was good from the Ultramarines towards the start. They locked horns with the Tau, were on equal terms, and then at some points looked as if they were pushing ahead. But I think it was the 3rd turn of firepower from the Tau. It just ate away at the Ultramarines, and then the attacks from behind as well really disrupted the Ultramarine supporting units. So good work there from the Ghost Kill, and then the Crisis team as well, doing damage to Ultramarine units. So it is a Tau victory here. They claim the 3rd spot on the channel. I think this game's confirmed it for them. If they had suffered defeat here, then other factions may well have been able to make a bid to take the 3rd spot. But Tau, it's the older list here, but it's performed pretty well against the Ultramarines on this occasion. Will there be a grudge match one day?
Well, it's going to be more of a grudge match.
Oh, right, okay. There's an angry Ultramarine player in the room who swears his revenge one day in the future. We've really enjoyed this one. Nice backdrop for this clash. Ultramarines versus Tau, especially between these 2 particular armies. It's a history that goes way back. So we'll see. James maybe will work on a new list and then the Tau new list as well in the future. But great game here. Thanks for watching. Keep a lookout for these two armies in the future, and tune in next time. So units of the game, just discussing it here, a number of options available. James is going to give it to Tactical Marines, and specifically it's this squad here, the unit equipped with the Grav Gun, Grav Cannon. That did cause a fair amount of damage in this particular game. And then for the Tau, a number of units doing well. Honourable mention here for the Ghost Q, I think, pretty good unit with shooting, ambush, cover saves, but a well-protected unit, and then can fight in combat as well. So a valuable unit there for this Tau force. I think I'm going to give it to the Storm Surge. It absorbed a lot of firepower from the Ultramarines, survived, and then each turn it did lay down some pretty decent firepower from all of its weapons. Not utterly devastating, but consistent firepower from it helped the Tau achieve victory here. So that's units of the game for both sides.